Good morning, dear students. I'm Miss Tania Poveda, and this is Entrepreneurship 1. Welcome back. Remember that it's very important that you save this information. So download this video or save the link and you can check it later. All right? Good, let's continue. Today we're going to talk about fixed capital. Any idea what this is? Yes, so. All right. Before we talk about fixed capital, we need to review something. All right, it's very important we remember some terms that we are going to use now so we can understand better. All right? Few weeks ago, we were talking about working capital. This was a formula to calculate working capital. You probably remember this. It was current assets minus current liabilities. In other words, working capital was the result of taking out current liabilities from current assets. So what is inside the company minus what goes out the company. All right, so this was the formula. We're not going to stop here too long. We already studied this. But we should remember that current assets are basically those assets that you can make money very fast. Something that you can, for example, if you need money right now, you can sell and make it cash faster. Usually you can do it in a year or less. Examples of current assets are raw material, as we can see here, prepaid expenses, accounts receivable, short-term investments, inventories. All right? So pay attention on this important word, cash. Cash, it's here, cash, it's here. So that's the most important word when talking about current assets. Current assets is going to be the opposite of fixed assets. You probably studied this in Spanish before, so it's going to be pretty easy. All right? So this is just a review, and we can continue. You probably also remember some of the components when talking about working capital. For example, trade receivables, inventory, cash and bank balance, trade payables. All right? And just in case you forget, let's see this short GIF. And remember, this is the representation of current assets. Cash, 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 money, 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 very fast, less than a year. All right? So this was a short review, and I feel comfortable to continue talking about fixed capital. Now I can continue. So what is fixed capital? First of all, remember that we're talking about business. When we talk about business, we're talking about money. It means we're talking about strategies and the things that we need to start or to invest or to continue with a business. All right? So what are or what is fixed capital? I'm not going to say too much. Here we have 3 pictures that can easily define what fixed capital is. Basically, fixed capital is the money that you invest or we invest in plant and machinery, as we can see here. So factories, buildings and land, like territory, computers and devices, electronic things, for example, cell phones, printers, everything that is related to technology, to computers. That's another way to connect technology devices. All right, so remember this. Fixed capital are these big things that you invested money in. One more time. Plant and machinery, buildings and land, computers and devices. How was it? Easy or difficult? What do you think? It's kind of easy, right? So fixed capital consists on assets that are not consumed or destroyed in the production of a good or service and can be used multiple times. For example, property, plant, and equipment are standard fixed assets or fixed capital items. All right? And pay attention that I'm saying fixed capital or fixed assets because it's the same. All right? Assets has plural. I can say a fixed asset or fixed assets, and fixed capital doesn't have plural. All right, only singular, fixed capital. So it's the total or the whole group of assets. All right, so here in the end says property, plant, and equipment. Let's go to this presentation. Property, 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 land, as we can see here in this picture, and equipment, equipment, equipment. All right, good. So that's fixed capital. Right now, I would like to review only 8 big differences between fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital and working capital. It's very important we distinguish the difference so we can understand much better where to put the money and how important both are. All right? So next time when you're talking about a business, when you want to invest, when you want to start a business, or if you already have a business or your family has a business, you understand this much better and you can decide, take decisions about where to put your money. So how you can grow. This is very interesting. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Let's read some of the differences. I'm going to present only 8. There are a lot more, but these are like the most common and biggest differences. All right, when we talk about fixed capital, we're going to have them on the left. Here, as we can see in this picture, I kept the title in all the presentations, so it's going to be pretty easy. Fixed capital is going to be in the left, and working capital is going to be on the right. On the right, okay? Good. I'm going to change the laser pointer for highlighter because I'm going to start telling you the most important words or differences between these two definitions. So number 1, the difference on the meaning. When we talk about fixed capital, we talk about the investments done by the business for accruing long-term benefits. Long-term. When we talk about long-term, we're talking about more than a year. So this is the important word here, long-term benefits. All right? And obviously, working capital is the daily requirement pumped into the business. Daily. You see the difference? So, when talking about fixed capital, it's something, in this case, it can be machinery or land that is going to be used for long term, while working capital, you use it daily. All right? Easy. Difference number 2. When we acquire types of assets. Acquiring types of assets. On the left, fixed capital is used to acquire non-current assets. It means assets that you cannot convert into cash easily. It's very hard to sell them. It's very hard to make them cash. All right, so that's when talking about fixed capital. And when talking about working capital, it's used to acquire current assets, things that you can convert into cash easily. For example, inventory. You buy and sell products. So you buy products to sell products. There you have the cash, the money. Sometimes it's not cash, but I'm talking about that you can make money faster. You use it to make money very fast. All right, difference number 3. How liquid it is. Do you know the word liquid when talking about business? So if I ask you right now, like, do you have $1 there on your pocket, on your desk? If you say yes, that's liquid. It means that you have money right now. If you say no, it means you don't have the liquidity. It happens the same with people that probably you see, like millionaires, people with a lot of money, with big houses, like ships and cars and limousines, and then they don't have $1. They are like, okay, I have money, but I don't have liquidity. When we talk about liquidity, we're talking about this cash. Cash, one more time. All right, that's liquidity. It would be great if you ask your parents or someone related with business or money if they know this word, liquidity or liquid, and you can explain. All right, so fixed capital, it's not all liquid. Not all liquid. This is a word that you can probably listen a lot on the news, on administration reports, or in business reports, financial reports. It's a very interesting word. It's kind of a weird word because you don't use it too often, but it's very interesting to understand it. So it's next time someone asks you for money, you can say, yeah, I have money, but I don't have liquidity. All right, so it means you don't have cash at that moment. So one more time, if you have $1 then on your desk, it means you do have liquidity. If you don't have any money at all on your desk, on your pockets, on your wallet, it means you don't have any liquidity. All right, so fixed capital, not at all liquid, not at all. I'm better select everything. And working capital, very much liquid, very much. All right, so it means cash, buy and sell. That's difference number 3. Difference number 4, conversion. Conversion comes from the word convert or become. It's connected with the word change. And one more time, we have the main word cash here. Oops, this is yellow. I can't use it. Maybe I can use a different color, maybe green. All right. So when we talk about fixed capital, can't be converted into cash. All right. It can't be converted into cash immediately. It means, yeah, eventually you can get some cash from it, but not immediately. But working capital, Yes, working capital can be converted into cash immediately. One more time, inventory, maybe products you buy and sell. All right. Okay, so far we have checked 4 differences between fixed capital and working capital. Difference number 5. Term. When we talk about term, we're talking about time. Time, all right? But this is like the technical word, term. So fixed capital serves the business for long period of time. Do you remember? I told you before, do you remember how long is a long period of time? It's more than a year, all right? Next time that you hear like long-term period, long-term period is 1 year or more than a year, all right? And working capital serves the business for a very short period of time. Very short period of time. In other words, less than a year. So if you have, for example, inventory, one more time, you have products that you sell, you must sell them, and you're supposed to sell them faster than a year. Immediately, you buy and you sell. But in the case of fixed capital, if you have, for example, a factory, you have machinery, you have equipment, you are supposed to use it for a long term. It's not that you use it and then after a year you throw it away or you sell it and bye-bye. No, you use it for a long term. Eventually, maybe after depreciation, it depends on the machinery, it depends on the use and a lot of other things. Well, eventually you are going to renew that equipment. That's right. That's the correct thing to do. But that will happen after a year, after a long period of time. All right? So that was difference number 5. Difference number 6, accounting period. Any idea what an accounting period is? An accounting period is 12 months or a year. All right, that's why we celebrate December 31st. It's like we finish the year. It's a commercial year. It means it's the sign for all companies to close their accounting. The world, the whole world, the Occidental world, Europe, Australia, America, and if I'm not wrong, most of the part in Africa, they agree that an accounting period starts January 1st and finish December 31st. All right, so when talking about fixed capital, it offers benefits for more than one accounting period. In other words, I'm coming back to this presentation, you are going to use them for more than a year. And working capital offer benefits for less than one accounting period. So less than a year. This is more than one accounting period, and this is less than one accounting period. All right. Here, difference number 7. Fixed capital is strategy oriented. There's no way I can choose words. It's 2 words together, so I'm going to select everything. Strategy oriented, it means you're going to use it in your plan, in your planification, because you are thinking in the future. It's not immediately. So you must have a strategy, how to use it, how long, when, why, etc. All right, so yes, this is fixed capital. You need to think a lot about that. Choose the best. take the right decision. It's something that is going to last for a long term. And working capital is going to be operational. Operational, that comes from the word operations. It means all the process during the buying and selling process situation, all right? So working capital is going to be involved into all the process or during the whole operation, the buying and selling operation. And fixed capital is going to be oriented to the strategies for present, but especially in the future. All right. And finally, difference number 8, consumption. How you use them. Consumption. Well, fixed capital doesn't directly get consumed by the business, but serves the business indirectly. While working capital needs working capital, business needs working capital to operate. Remember that when talking about working capital, we're talking about operations. So no working capital, no operations, no sellings, no money, goodbye business, all right? So I want you to look at these pictures here. There are 2 hands shaking because it's very important. We understand that both are extremely important, fixed capital and working capital. You can't have a business without any of these. You need both of them. What it is important is to distinguish how to use them, how important they are, when to change them, how much to invest, etc. All right? So I hope that you get the biggest differences. I really enjoy doing this presentation. Actually, I was choosing like the most important things because there is a lot of information about this. And I'm pretty sure, as I said before, that you studied this in Spanish. But anyway, if you have any question, I'm going to be here. To finish, I want to show you some pictures of, what is this? Working capital or fixed capital? What are we seeing here in the screen? We have a GIF on the left and we have 3 pictures on the right. What do we have here? Working capital or fixed capital, huh? Yes, we have fixed capital. Of course, we're talking about fixed capital. So I wanted to show you some examples of about things that you probably know, as here on the left, in these pictures about Guayaquil. So you probably have seen these buildings, the ships, bus, the pearl, more buildings, font, bridge, etc. Right? So all of these things that we are watching here in Guayaquil, our hometown, are fixed capital. It means they are going to last long term. They're used to produce. It means people use them to work, right? We have lots of buildings and houses and public places that people use to work. On the right, we have pictures of land. So this guy have a plan here, probably to build apparently a house, a farm. I don't know very well what this is. We have a factory, machinery or equipment, and we have electronic devices or computers. Saying this, I'm pretty happy. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to text me. I'd be very happy to answer all your questions, all right? So I hope that you have a wonderful day. Please stay home and take care, all right? Wash your hands. Stay with your family. Thank you very much for your attention, all right? Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.